Hello everyone, my name is Lodh and I am going to recite a story that is titled A Daughter's Journey to Healing. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Sarah. She was raised by her mother, who she loved deeply and affectionately and called Ma. Ma was her everything, her best friend, her confidence, and her role model. She was always there for her, through every joy and every sorrow. Sarah felt a deep bond with her mother and trusted her completely. However, as Sarah grew older, she began to notice that Ma was not who she seemed to be. She saw her mother lying and hiding things from her. Sarah confronted her mother about her behavior, but Ma brushed it off and told her that she was just imagining things. Sarah didn't know what to believe, but she trusted her mother and let it go. Years passed and Sarah became a young woman. She went off to college and left her mother behind. But even though she was away from home, she couldn't shake off the feeling that something was not right. She decided to investigate and dug deeper into her mother's past. To her shock and dismay, Sarah discovered that her mother had been leading a double life. She had been hiding a secret family and had been lying to Sarah and her father for years. Sarah felt betrayed and hurt beyond measure. She couldn't understand how her mother could have done this to her and her family. Sarah confronted her mother about her lies and deception, but Ma refused to take responsibility for her actions. She told Sarah that she had done what she had to do to survive and that she had never meant to hurt her. But Sarah didn't want to hear it. She felt like her whole life had been a lie and that her mother had never truly loved her. The revelation of her mother's betrayal changed Sarah's life forever. She struggled to come to terms with what she had learned and found it hard to trust anyone. She felt like a part of her had died and that she would never be the same again. Sarah's relationship with her mother was never the same. They barely spoke, and the trust that had once been between them was gone. Sarah couldn't forgive her mother for what she had done and felt a deep sense of betrayal that would never fully heal. Years passed, and Sarah moved on with her life. She built a successful career and started a family of her own. But she could never fully forget the pain and betrayal that her mother had caused her. She would always carry the weight of that burden with her. Ma passed away a few years ago, but Sarah couldn't bring herself to feel the sorrow of losing a mother. The love and trust that she had felt for her mother had long since been replaced by anger and hurt. She realized that the love of a mother is not always pure and selfless, and that sometimes the person who is supposed to love and protect you the most can also be the one who betrays you the most deeply. Sarah learned that the truth can be bitter and that sometimes the people who trust the most can hurt us the worst. She learned that life is not always fair and that sometimes we have to pick up the pieces and move on. She knew that she would always carry the scars of her mother's betrayal, but she also knew that they would make her a stronger person. Sarah realized that her mother's betrayal had been the last straw, the breaking point that had forced her to grow and become the person she was meant to be. And though the journey was hard and the pain never fully went away, she knew that she would be able to look back on her mother's betrayal with a sense of closure and peace. But even though Sarah had moved on with her life, the memories of the mother's betrayal still haunted her. She found herself thinking about it unexpected times and it would bring a flood of emotions that she thought she had buried. She noticed that her own children looked at her with the same love and trust that she had once had for her own mother. And it broke her heart to think that they might one day go through what she did. It made her question her own ability to be a good mother, and she worried that her past experiences would prevent her from being the best mother she could be. Sarah knew that she had to come to terms with her mother's betrayal if she wanted to be the kind of mother that her children deserved. She sought out therapy and began to process her feelings. She learned to forgive her mother for her actions and understand that she had made mistakes just like anyone else. Through therapy, Sarah also learned to let go of the past and focus on the present. She learned to appreciate the love and trust that her own children had for her and to cherish the time that she had with them. She made a conscious effort to be the best mother she could be and to make sure that her children never felt the pain of betrayal that she had. In the end, Sarah realized that the last straw had not been her mother's betrayal, but her own ability to forgive and move on. She was able to let go of the past and build a new future for herself and her family. She knew that the love of a mother is not always pure and selfless, but that it can always be a powerful force for growth and healing. Sarah's story is a reminder that we all have the power to overcome our past and build a better future for ourselves, and that even though the road may be hard and the journey may be long, the last straw does not have to break us, but rather it can be the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. With that, I would like to end my story. Thank you.